Hey there, travelers. Welcome back to The Tourist Destination, your go-to channel for the latest travel trends, tips, and must-know updates from around the globe. If you're planning your 2025 adventures, you've come to the right place. Major travel rules have changed this year, and being prepared is the key to a smooth journey. Let's dive into these updates that could make or break your next trip. Did you know that starting this year, some countries now require a brand new type of digital travel authorization, and it's not just a visa? Stick around to find out if your destination is on the list. Section 1. The new digital travel authorization rules. Let's kick things off with one of the most talked about changes of 2025, digital travel authorizations. More countries are adopting digital pre-clearance systems. Even if you don't need a visa, you might still need to register online before traveling. Take the European Union's ETIAS, for example. This system is now fully operational. Travelers from visa-exempt countries like the US, Canada, and Australia must apply for ETIAS before their flight to Europe. It's a new measure designed to streamline border security and ensure that travelers meet entry requirements before departure. The system works by pre-screening applicants for any security or migration risks, making travel both safer and more efficient. While this may seem like an extra step, it's a relatively straightforward process. Travelers simply need to provide their personal details, passport information, and answer a few basic security questions. Once submitted, most applications are processed within minutes. However, approvals can take up to 4 days in some cases, so it's best to plan ahead and not leave this to the last minute. The good news? The process is straightforward. You'll need your passport, an email address, and a payment method for a small fee. The catch: approval can take up to 4 days, so don't leave this to the last minute. And it's not just Europe. Countries like Japan, South Korea, and Brazil are also considering similar systems. For instance, Japan has implemented a similar pre-clearance system known as the Japan e-visa for tourists from certain countries. These digital systems are designed to reduce congestion at immigration checkpoints and provide a more seamless entry experience for visitors. However, this shift towards digital pre-clearance means that travelers need to be more vigilant than ever about entry requirements. Always double-check the specific rules for your destination before booking your trip to avoid any surprises. Another crucial tip is to have backups. Even though digital systems are reliable, a technology glitch can happen. Print a copy of your travel authorization confirmation and keep it in your hand luggage. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Imagine arriving at your dream destination only to be turned away at customs. It happens more often than you think. Up next, strict customs declarations. Section 2. Stricter customs declarations. Attention, travelers. Customs rules worldwide are tightening. This year, you may need to declare items you've never had to before, such as prescription medications, large amounts of cash, or certain electronics. In the US, for example, the customs declaration form now includes more detailed questions about electronic devices. This is part of efforts to combat smuggling and enforce import tax compliance. Travelers are required to specify whether they are bringing in devices like laptops, cameras, or drones, especially if these items exceed a certain value. The goal is to ensure transparency and prevent the misuse of technology for illegal activities. Similarly, prescription medications must now be declared in many countries, and travelers should carry a copy of their prescription or a doctor's note to avoid complications. For instance, Australia has updated its biosecurity laws to include stricter checks on food items such as meat, dairy, and plant products. These changes aim to prevent the introduction of pests and diseases that could harm local agriculture. Always declare any food items, and when in doubt, throw it out. Southeast Asia is also stepping up. Countries in this region are cracking down on travelers bringing in high-value items without proper documentation. The penalties for non-compliance can be severe, so it's always better to declare and avoid fines. For example, Thailand has introduced stricter rules regarding the import of luxury goods, such as jewelry and high-end electronics. Travelers are required to declare these items upon arrival and may need to provide proof of purchase to avoid fines or confiscation. In addition, several countries now mandate the declaration of large sums of cash, often defined as amounts exceeding $10,000 USD. This measure is aimed at preventing money laundering and other financial crimes. While the paperwork may seem tedious, it's a small price to pay for ensuring compliance with international laws. Think you've packed perfectly. Think again. New carry-on rules might force you to leave that souvenir or snack behind. Section 3. Updated carry-on and packing rules if you're packing for a trip in 2025. Take note of updated airline policies. Many airlines are now enforcing stricter size and weight limits for carry-on luggage. Some budget carriers have even reduced their allowed dimensions by 20%. If your bag doesn't meet the new requirements, you could face hefty fees or be forced to check it in, an unexpected cost for many travelers. These stricter policies are part of efforts to improve cabin storage and ensure on-time departures. Airlines are also becoming more vigilant about enforcing weight limits for carry-ons, so it's important to weigh your bag before heading to the airport. Another factor to consider is prohibited items. Some airlines are tightening restrictions on items like power banks, e-cigarettes, and certain types of batteries. Check your airline's prohibited items list to avoid surprises during security checks. Here's a tip. Always check your airline's website for the latest baggage policies. And one more thing, liquid restrictions are being reconsidered. Some airports are testing advanced scanners that could allow larger liquid bottles in carry-ons. Fingers crossed for that. These new scanners, currently being tested in major airports like London Heathrow and Amsterdam Schiphol, use advanced technology to provide detailed images of the contents of carry-on bags. This could potentially eliminate the need for the 100 milliliters liquid limit that has been in place for years. While the rollout of these scanners is still in progress, travelers should stay informed about the policies at their departure and arrival airports. 2025 is all about going digital, but is your travel tech ready? Let's explore digital passports and biometric screening. Section 4. Digital passports and biometric screening. Digital passports are becoming the standard in 2025. Countries like Australia, the UK, and Singapore are leading the charge with systems that let your phone act as your passport. These systems use encrypted QR codes and biometric data for identity verification. While convenient, ensure your phone is fully charged and your apps are updated before heading to the airport. Digital passports offer several advantages, including faster processing times at immigration and reduced reliance on physical documents. However, travelers should also be aware of potential technical issues, such as app malfunctions or compatibility problems with certain airport systems. To mitigate these risks, it's always a good idea to carry a printed copy of your travel documents as a backup. Facial recognition technology is being used to streamline various stages of the travel process, from automated check-ins to boarding gates. While this technology promises to enhance convenience, travelers should be mindful of the privacy implications. Always read the terms and conditions of biometric programs and consider opting out if you have concerns about data security. And finally, let's talk about a growing trend that might affect how you experience your favorite destinations: visitor caps and timed entry tickets. Section 5. Visitor caps and timed entry tickets. Over-tourism is a hot topic in 2025. To manage crowds, many popular destinations are introducing stricter measures. For instance, Machu Picchu now requires tickets to be purchased in advance with specific entry times. Venice has implemented a daily visitor cap, and some U.S. national parks require reservations for entry. These measures aim to preserve the natural and cultural heritage of these sites, while providing a better experience for visitors. Travelers should plan their trips well in advance and be prepared to adhere to the specific rules of each destination. For example, some locations may require you to arrive at a designated time slot or follow a predetermined tour route. Another trend is the introduction of tiered pricing for peak and off-peak hours. This encourages visitors to explore during less busy times, spreading out the crowds and enhancing the overall experience. If you're planning to visit high-demand locations, book early and read up on the rules. Missing out due to poor planning is a travel nightmare you can avoid. So there you have it, the biggest travel rule changes for 2025. From digital travel authorizations to stricter customs and new tech trends, staying informed is your ticket to a stress-free adventure. If you found this video helpful, hit that thumbs up button and share it with your travel buddies. Don't forget to subscribe to The Tourist Destination for more updates, tips, and inspiration. Until next time, happy travels.